Hello everybody and welcome to today's Q&A on a basic guide to getting your Ezoic Core Web Vitals to green. I'm really looking forward to talking you through all the different tools that we have that can help you with this. The first thing I wanted to show you is this article about how do I get my Core Web Vitals to green, which is inside the community. It takes you through a step-by-step guide to help you to understand more about why Google has put these Core Web Vitals into place, and then more about the breakdown of each Core Web Vital so that you can understand more about it. And then what it takes you through from there is about the Ezoic dashboard. So it helps you to understand what tools you have inside your Ezoic dashboard that can help you with this, and then gives you articles to walk you through how to get everything set up. So in terms of Leap, the article takes you through, first of all, understanding what Leap is about and what you're seeing in your Ezoic dashboard. So if you're fairly new to Ezoic and your traffic levels are quite low, you're probably seeing a screen similar to this, which shows you a sort of grayed out screen. And what this means is that Google doesn't have enough traffic data to accurately record the real user experience on your site, and so is using lab data, which is kind of a mathematical approximation of what Google thinks your Core Web Vitals would be. We generally find that as your traffic increases and Google has more data about your site, the Core Web Vitals do improve overall, and generally the FID is generally green by the time you've got your real user experience and your real traffic data within Leap. So when you are starting to see your Core Web Vitals appear within Leap, what you'll see is something a bit like this. So when you first see this, again, it can be quite shocking to kind of see all the red, and it can feel quite overwhelming in terms of what the next steps are to do. So I thought it'd be useful as part of today just to talk you through this screen so you could understand more about it. So what you're seeing on the equivalent of your screen on your Leap dashboard is the Core Web Vital scores for the last 28 days. So we're seeing on here that this particular site has a mobile score of 68 and a desktop score of 43. But this is for an average of the last 28 days. So what we can see is about a week ago for this site, they've made some changes in terms of how they're integrated or how their Leap dashboard is set up, and that the Core Web Vitals have jumped up. So what will happen for this site is, as the 28 days roll on and these scores here become the normal part of their 28-day Core Web Vital scores, these scores here will improve. And also what will happen is the scores that are in red will gradually improve as well. So to improve your Core Web Vital scores, the best way to do that to begin with is to make sure that your website is cloud integrated. And we've included a support article in here that can help you to get your cloud integration set up. After that, make sure your Ezoic traffic is set to 100%. This way, all of your website pages views are going through the Leap technology and the Ezoic caching. Then switch on charity ads. So this sounds quite a funny thing to request, but the reason why we request that you switch on charity ads to help with your Core Web Vital scores is because the charity ads can then go into any unused ad space. It has a positive impact on your CLS scores. So rather than collapsing space down, if no advertiser decides to show an ad in that particular space, Ezoic can show a charity ad instead. So it doesn't impact your revenue, but just helps your Core Web Vital scores, and is a nice way to give back to charity as well. So the next thing to do is to make sure your Ezoic cache is correctly set up. These 2 articles walk you through how to do that, both how to improve your cache hit rate and then also how to set up the Ezoic WordPress plugin for CDN management. So when you've got the WordPress plugin for CDN management set up, you no longer need to clear your Ezoic cache at all. And the reason for that is once you've worked through these 2 articles, the Ezoic cache takes over and the CDN management takes over the caching of your site, and Ezoic's AI can automatically detect the smallest change on your website and pull it through so that your readers can see it. It does it really quickly as well, so there's no sort of real noticeable lag. That means you would have to go into your cache and manually clear it. The CDN manager will do all that for you. So that saves you an extra step and saves you some time, but also means that your core web vitals aren't so impacted by any changes that you need to make on your site, because the AI will just clear the absolute minimum that it needs to pull that change through for your readers. Then after that, if you go to your Ezoic dashboard under Leap and ask our Leap setup team to optimize your settings for you, they'll make sure that your optimization settings are set up to get the best possible core web vital scores that they can by using those optimization settings. And then after that, it's about working through and removing those recommendations that are showing there. So we're not saying that you need to remove everything on the recommendations, because we totally understand that some of these recommendations are going to be an integral part of your website, and you're not going to want to change them, which is totally understandable. What we're saying with these recommendations is to remove as many as you can or replace as many as you can. And then what we recommend after that is waiting 2 weeks to see what impact that has on your core web vital scores, and hopefully going back to that squiggly line we looked at earlier, you're going to see that increase. And then after that, it's about making a decision as to whether you want to make that change and remove that plugin, or you're happy with what you've got and what you're seeing. We do have a Leap support team who can help you to work through the concerns you have or the problems that you have as well. If you are finding that you're not seeing any changes to the core web vitals, or not seeing as big a change as you would like from the changes that you've made yourself, what we recommend is working through this document here about how you can use Leap and Ezoic's Chrome extension to pass the core web vitals. And then once you've done that, or if you would need some additional support, we do recommend reaching out to our Leap team. Please do bear with them. They have a very high workload, and so it can take 2 or 3 days for the team to come back to you. What we recommend doing is letting them know as much information as you can in terms of what you've done, and details in terms of what your concerns are. Working through this document can really help the team to speed up their response, because these steps are the very basic steps, if you like, to help your core web vitals. And so the team will need to work with you to get these basic steps done, wait a couple of weeks to see what the results are before they can then go on to the next level of their investigation. So definitely worth working through this article first, waiting a couple of weeks to see what impact that has, and then reaching out to our team. Okay, so what I've done for this particular Q&A session is, within the community, I've put a article here which talks you through this Q&A session today. If you would like for us to take a look at your site in the time that we've got left, do just put a little note in there. You don't need to put your site name, but if you do have a couple of sites and you want to have one site over another looked at, if you can put the first 3 letters of the domain in there. That really helps me to be able to keep your account secure and your privacy secure, but also look at the details that you would like me to. So I've dropped the URL for that Q&A into the chat there so that you can take a look at that. I'm here until 12:30 today, so happy to answer as many questions as I can before 12:30, and can certainly keep an eye out for any questions that come in after that. I'll also put in a link to the How Do I Get My Core Web Vitals to Green article, so that if you're short on time, bookmark that, and then you can come back to that later and work through that. Do keep an eye out on this article. So if you get stuck and are working through anything, do let me know. If you let me know sort of what stage you've got up to, that helps me to then work out where you're stuck on and support you with the next steps to help you from there. Okay, so just while we're waiting for any questions to come in, I can see that we've got a question that's come in that isn't about Core Web Vitals. I will answer that because we don't have any other questions that have come in, but the main focus for today is around Core Web Vitals. So if you do have any questions about your Core Web Vitals, I'll be prioritising those. Okay, so the question is, hi, my website has not yet been approved to run Ezoic ads. I applied, the Ezoic team approved, though I have a problem with Google domain approval. Can you assist me, please? So what I would recommend doing with this is if you reach out to us in community, we can then take a look at your site and see what's happening with the domain approval. With the domain approval, that process runs through Google, and so we can advise you on what we're seeing on your site. It's not something that we can fix ourselves because it's a process outside of Ezoic, but do reach out to us in community and we can take a look at that for you. That enables us to keep your account secure, so you're not giving any details over the public space. Hi Joe, good day to you as well. Welcome, thank you for joining me today. Joe, I've put a couple of guides in the comments section there. The first one takes you through to this article, which is on my screen in community. If you would like me to take a look at your site, I'm here until 12:30. If you want to put a comment on there, I can then go into it and make sure that I'm keeping your account secure, so I won't show anything that would be sort of private with your account, but I can talk you through your Core Web Vitals scores if you wish. And if you've just got any general questions about Core Web Vitals, do let me know in the comments box there. I'd be happy to answer any general questions as well. I totally understand as a publisher if you don't want anything personal about your site to be discussed over a public forum. So do let me know any questions you've got and we'll go from there. Okay, so just waiting for our first question to come in about Core Web Vitals. If you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments box there. So whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, the questions you put in there come up on my screen that I've got. So I've got two screens and I'm able to see those questions and are able to answer those for you. So you can ask any general questions that you would like about Core Web Vitals or what you're seeing on your site that you would like to talk through. Alternatively, you can also go to the community here. So for this article, I'll pop it into the chat there so that you've got that. And what you can do is you can just put me a little note on there, just a little message. You don't need to put the name of your domain, but if you do have a couple of websites and you want just one website looked at, if you can just put the first three letters of your domain on there, that really helps me to be able to identify the site and be able to get that answer back for you. I'll make sure that I don't show your website on the shared screen, and I don't talk through anything that will be able to identify your site. What we'll do is just talk through your Core Web Vitals and give you advice on the next steps to take. Okay, so just while we're waiting for the first questions to come in about Core Web Vitals, I'll go to Kada Ome's question about domain approval. I do prioritise on Q&As like this questions linked to the topic, but I'm happy to answer other questions while we're waiting for those to come in. So Katie Ome has said, I've reached the community and advised me to add privacy and policy and about us page and contact, which I did, but still encountering the same problem. Okay, with your site, I can see you've put your site name on there. This is obviously a public forum, so other people will be able to see your site. So you may want to delete that, but if you're happy to have that on there. I can't give you any specific feedback on your website because there's no way for me to be able to link yourself and the site together. So this is a way of being able to protect the security of your website. What I would do though, Katie, is reach out to us in community again and just let them know that you're getting the same problem. What I'll do is I'll get an article for you which talks you through all the different Google sort of rejection headings that Google gives, and it gives you a lot of advice on what you can do. So I would recommend working through that as well, just to see if anything on there can help you. But bear with me, I'll get that article for you and I'll be right back. One moment. Okay, so Kada Ome, I've put that article into the chat there. If you take a look at your Facebook feed, you'll be able to see that article has come through. So if you bookmark that and take a look at that later, I'd recommend working through that step by step, and that might be able to help you get approved. So I hope that helps. If you've got any follow-up questions, do let me know. Okay, so just while we're waiting for any questions to come through about Core Web Vitals, I'll move to our next question, which is about Humix, and this is from Nahome. Welcome, Nahome. Thank you for joining me again today. Always lovely to catch up with you. So Nahoma said, hello Heather, I tried Humix using a placeholder, but currently the video under that post topic is no longer there. How can I upload video for my WordPress post? So with this, Nahom, are you looking to upload a sort of fresh video? So are you looking to create a video through Flickify and upload it to that post? Or have you already got a video within Flickify that you're then using or wanting to use on that page? So just while I'm waiting for Nahom to let me know on that one, just to let you know that today's topic is about Core Web Vitals and how to help you to get your Core Web Vitals to green. I'll be here until 12:30 today, so just under 10 minutes left. So if you've got any questions about Core Web Vitals, do let me know either in the comments section, either through Facebook or YouTube. Those comments then drop into me and I can then answer them for you, or do go to community to the article about the basic guide to getting Ezoic Core Web Vitals to green. It's this one here on my screen, and it's got the Q&A at the top. I'll put it in the chat for you again so that you've got that. If you would like me to take a look at your site and give you specific information on your site, I'm really happy to do that. All you need to do is just put a little comment in there, and I'll be able to, on a second screen, open up your website so that everybody else on the call won't be able to see that, and I can talk you through the steps to take. And also, if you're just joining us, I at the start of this presentation walked everybody through this article about how do I get my Core Web Vitals to green. I'd recommend, if you're short on time, bookmarking that and coming back to that later. It walks you through a step-by-step process to help you to get your Ezoic dashboard well set up, and to use the Leap tools to help get your Core Web Vitals to green. So Nahom has come back and said, no, I have a video with MP4 format on my computer. I want to post a new WordPress post with a title, and the video is the only content. Okay, I see. So with this, because there's no written content on there, you're going to need to be really careful about this, because it could go against Google's AdSense guidelines for not having enough content to show ads. So with this one, I would be really careful in terms of how you set this up, and I would be really careful about having ads on this page, because it doesn't have any written content, so could be seen by Google and could lead to a blacklisting of your site. Nahom, for this video, is it one that you've created yourself, or is it one someone else has created? So Nahoma said, Oh, I don't see that coming. It is the video I created. Okay, so what you can do is you can upload that to Humix in two different ways. You can either upload it to YouTube first and then import it into Ezoic from there, or you can upload it straight into Humix as well. So what I'll do is I'll put the article on how to upload that video into the chat there, so that you can bookmark that for later. And then what I'll do, Nahom, is I'll get the article which talks you through how to set up a placeholder for Humix as well. So bear with me, I'll go and get that and I'll come back to you on that one. Okay, and the second article that I'm just popping into the chat there, Nahom, that talks you through how to display videos on your website with embeds. The Chrome extension's perhaps the easiest way of doing that, but it's got all the information in there for you. If, as you're working through that, you do need some additional support for either process, do reach out to us in community, and we'd be happy to help you with that. So I really hope that you're able to get those videos on your site. But if you do need any support, then do come back to us. We'd love to help you with that. But please be mindful about the content. Like I say, the Google AdSense rules are that you need to have written content around the video. And so if there's not sufficient written content around the video and you are showing ads, then that could lead to a Google AdSense ban or a sort of blacklisting against your site until that page is updated and more content is added. So yeah, please be mindful of that. Okay, so we've just got a couple of minutes left. If anyone has any questions about their Core Web Vitals, do let me know. I'm here until past. You can either put the question straight into the comments on either Facebook or YouTube, and the questions come straight through to me on my screen. Or you can go to this article about Q&A basic guide to get Ezoic Core Web Vitals to green. If you put a little comment on there, I'll be able to see that and then open up your website in my second screen so other people can't see it, and give you direct feedback on your site so that you can then go away and get that resolved for you. So Nahom has said, how much written content is recommended to use alongside a video? So you need, if you're going to be showing ads, you need around 800 to 1,000 words alongside that video to make sure that it's compliant with Google AdSense policy, and that needs to be original content that you've written yourself. So that will help you to be compliant with Google's policies. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me today. If you are watching this Q&A session on playback, and I know a lot of people do, please do go to the community article, Q&A basic guide to getting Ezoic Core Web Vitals to green. And if you would like me to review your site, just drop me a little note in there. You don't need to reveal your domain name. But if you have multiple sites and you just want one of the sites looked at, it's really helpful for me if you can put in the first 3 letters of your domain name, and that helps me to be able to identify it and get you the support you're looking for. So I hope that helps. Thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. I've got my next live session at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. Where I run them every Wednesday on GMT, and you can ask any questions on the Wednesday live sessions about Ezoic, your data, the Ezoic tools, or the wider publishing space. So I look forward to joining you, and then take care everyone. Bye for now.